Hello and welcome back to my channel. It's so great to have you here hanging out with me again. In this video, I'm going to dive deeper into Scorpio and compatibility. This way you can get even more detailed when it comes to having the tools to make the most of either finding the relationship that you desire, or if you're already in a relationship, deepening the love, maximizing the enjoyment of that relationship, and strengthening the connection. And in this video, we will be talking about Scorpio. Keep in mind as you're watching this that it will apply to sun sign and moon sign compatibility, meaning you can apply it to Scorpio sun with each sun sign and that compatibility, then Scorpio moon with each sign in the moon position. For example, if I'm talking about Scorpio and Gemini compatibility, it will apply to Scorpio sun and compatibility with Gemini sun sign. Then it will also apply to Scorpio moon with Gemini moon, but not so much Scorpio sun sign dating someone that has Gemini moon. That breakdown is a little more complex. So for now, we're sticking to sun sign with sun sign and moon sign with moon sign compatibility. Okay, so no more wasting time. Here are the goods on Scorpio when it comes to compatibility with each sign of the zodiac. Let's go. Okay, so for those of you who have watched my do's and don'ts videos, you know when it comes to soulmate compatibility, I broke it down into 3 categories. So let's start with category 1, which was the best matches for Scorpio. And the signs in that category are Cancer, Pisces, and Capricorn. So Cancer and Scorpio, well, these two are extremely compatible in the way that they will have a lot of sex. They will tell each other all of their secrets. Well, almost all. Scorpio's gonna keep a little something to themselves no matter who they're dating. They both get jealous and know exactly how to handle the other person when they're in their feelings. And they both don't mind and actually prefer spending a lot of time together. And overall, between these two is an energy of deep trust, deep love, and emotional expression. The only challenge they'll come up against is they both perceive the world through their emotions, so there may be a lot of ups and downs, but because they understand each other so well, they will stay connected through it all. So connected sometimes that they have the tendency to become a bit codependent. So also look out for that if you're a Scorpio and a Cancer dating each other. Okay, Pisces and Scorpio. Well, here we are with another water and water combination, and this is exactly why this works so well, because they both speak the same language. Scorpio's strength is absolutely what the doctor ordered when it comes to pulling Pisces out of any feelings of insecurity, and Pisces' imaginative nature brings out the more playful side of Scorpio, which works wonders for Scorpio's tendency to overanalyze. These two can have an amazing connection as long as they don't bring out the addictive nature in each other. They are both all or nothing signs, so if they go in the direction of experiences that bring them pleasure but aren't necessarily good for them, they can have a really hard time pumping the brakes and getting back on track. Not to mention, this can amp up the possibilities for becoming codependent. So as long as they can keep a healthy balance when it comes to seeking pleasure, they will have a beautiful, long-lasting emotional connection. Okay, Capricorn and Scorpio. Scorpio has just the right amount of passion, intensity, focus, and ambition to entice skeptical Capricorn to open up. These two definitely bring out the best in each other. Capricorn loves that they have finally found someone who values privacy, and Scorpio really appreciates the fact that when Capricorn commits to something, they are truly in it for the long haul. They both can be jealous, but find confidence in the fact that they trust that they both live by the same standards. As long as Capricorn balances the energy that they give to work with the energy that they give to the relationship, and as long as Scorpio can truly get to a place with Capricorn where they can open up and be vulnerable, then these two have a promising future together. Power couple potential for sure. Okay, in the second category are the signs that can work for Scorpio, but it will definitely be tricky and it will take a little extra work. And the signs in this category are Virgo, Sagittarius, and dating another Scorpio. Okay, so Virgo and Scorpio. Well, both of these personalities are highly focused and they both set their sights on similar things: financial security, family connection, loyalty, good sex, and consistency. So these two have a recipe for a great relationship. The problem here can come with the fact that Virgo has a tendency to focus on what is wrong with something, and Scorpio can also slip into a negative frame of mind when their environment is an unpleasant one. So they can tend to bring out the judgmental nature that both of them possess. That is when they're not working on being their highest self. And so as long as they're both on the path of spiritual growth and they both focus on solutions solutions as opposed to debating who's right and wrong or debating the problems, they can work really, really well together. Okay, Sagittarius and Scorpio. Now, Sagittarius brings fun and excitement to any situation, and Scorpio loves Sagittarius' uninhibited style. However, Scorpio prefers constant, consistent connection, and Sagittarius thrives when they can feel freedom within a relationship. And not that Scorpio doesn't get freedom, it's more so that when it comes to time spent together, Scorpio just has a higher bar in that category than Sagittarius does, and Scorpio does not do well when their needs are not met. Not to mention, Sagittarius is not nearly as sexual as Scorpio. Now, the sex will be really good when it does happen. The issue for Scorpio is it happening enough? Sagittarius also has a more casual approach when it comes to dating, whereas Scorpio takes love very seriously. Like I said before, Scorpio is all or nothing. And when Sagittarius is faced with an ultimatum of either going all the way with the commitment or their journey together is over, then more times than not, Sagittarius is going to find a relationship with less rigid options. Okay, a Scorpio dating another Scorpio. Well, first off, we know that when it comes to the sexual connection, these two are going to for sure find their match. However, it will be very important for these two to get clear on some very important things from the beginning of this relationship, like exactly what type of commitment they're talking about. When it comes to finances, are they splitting everything? And if not, then who is taking care of what? So they can make sure that they maintain a balance of energy and effort within the relationship. Also, Scorpio is the type of personality that waits until the person that they are with has shown intense devotion before they decide to truly open up and be vulnerable. So if both people are like that, then how will it really get to the next level? So in order for these two to work, openly communicating their true feelings is an absolute necessity. If they can get their communication game on point, and if they have the other parts of their chart that support the connection, then these two definitely have some promise. All right, the third category would be the most challenging matches for Scorpio, and those signs would be Aries, Gemini, Leo, Libra, Aquarius, and Taurus. Okay, Aries and Scorpio. Well, these two both have very strong personalities, so the initial sexual energy is very intense. Aries is more willing to experiment in the bedroom, but this is matched by Scorpio's deep sexual appetite. So in the bedroom, these two are good to go. But as we know, at some point you have to come out of the bedroom and get along in the real world. And outside of the bedroom, there are many issues for these two. For one thing, Aries likes to dominate, and we all know there is no one on this planet that is going to dominate a Scorpio. Not to mention, Scorpios are controlling, and anyone who thinks they're going to control an Aries is sadly mistaken. So big problem there. Also, Scorpio is secretive and values being discreet, and Aries is a big, loud, open book, which is issue number 2. Not to mention, the things these two value are very, very different. So unless there are many more points of compatibility in their chart, these two will find it extremely difficult to find common ground. Okay, Gemini and Scorpio. Well, initially, Scorpio is intrigued by Gemini's lively approach to life, and Gemini is fired up by Scorpio's complexity. However, Gemini can be inconsistent, and Scorpio defines inconsistent behavior as untrustworthy. Gemini likes freedom, and Scorpio sees any lack of communication as dishonesty. They will start off having a lot of fun together, because who doesn't have fun with a Gemini? But the moment that these two have a disagreement, which will be very early on in the relationship, then they will see that their very different personalities are going to have an extremely hard time finding a lasting connection. Okay, Leo and Scorpio. Well, we all know that Leos can be a little extra sometimes, and Scorpio's judgmental nature doesn't really support Leo's extravagant behavior. They both are very passionate, so at least the sex will be good, but just like with Aries, they are going to need to find much more than just excitement in the bedroom. Leo likes to take their ambitions and go without necessarily running their plans by their partner, and Scorpio doesn't like the idea of decisions being made if they aren't being made as a couple. In order for this to work, it will take a lot of compromise and a lot of transformation, which is for sure possible, but not really probable. Once the good sex starts to wear off, they will find that they are much better suited for different personality types, and they'd be better off as just friends or in other company. Okay, Libra and Scorpio. Well, Libra appreciates the fact that Scorpio is very affectionate, but Libra's flirtatious nature does not satisfy Scorpio's need for emotional security. Libra loves being in a relationship, but is not too excited by the rules and regulations that Scorpio requires their partner to follow. Libra is on again, off again with their feelings, and Scorpio, as I said before, is all or nothing. So in the end, Libra is gonna just feel like Scorpio is too much to deal with. Not to mention, Libra loves adventure and exploring social excitement, and Scorpio is more low-key, so they both are much better off as friends. It can work if there are other parts of the chart that overcome these differences, but there are many differences to overcome. Okay, Aquarius and Scorpio. This is a rough one. All right, well, first, Aquarius is on a constant adventure to explore new interests and broaden their horizons, which is great because Scorpio is very intelligent and inquisitive when it comes to what the world has to offer in terms of information and intellectual growth. So attraction won't be an issue. However, everything else will be. Aquarius is used to making their own rules and not answering to anyone, and Scorpio does not see the point in being in a relationship if making decisions together isn't on the menu. Not to mention, Scorpio doesn't see Aquarius's version of the truth as the truth at all. They will suspect that Aquarius tells you the version of truth that they want you to believe, and Scorpio sees this as manipulative and dishonest. Aquarius also goes in and out of different versions of their personality, and Scorpio wants consistency. Aquarius will end up seeing Scorpio as far too demanding and way too uptight and even too judgmental. I'm not even sure if other points of compatibility can save this combination because they just see the world far too differently. Someone that is an Aquarius that has Scorpio moon may have some hope with a Scorpio, but no matter what this combination, it is an uphill battle. Okay, Taurus and Scorpio. Well, these two both get jealous and both can be extremely stubborn. Scorpio wants total emotional devotion and Taurus wants full commitment and transparency. So what they want is actually very similar. It's just their ways of going about expressing these things and even receiving these things are very different because they are polar opposites. However, if they get their communication game to a place where they are on the same page when it comes to the boundaries, the rules, and the regulations of the relationship, then this can work. If they don't get on the same page, their disagreements will turn into an eternal match of wills and will eventually end in a stalemate. But like I said, if they use effective, solution-oriented communication, this can work because they both are super loyal and they do value commitment. So there you have it, a bit more detail when it comes to compatibility with a Scorpio. Now remember, I am a firm believer that you can be with anyone if you are in love and both of you are committed to growing together, having great communication, and always doing your part to stay connected. You know what I always say, love, that's all and that's enough. So I'm sending you all tons of love. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. Thank you so much for taking the time to come and hang out with me, and I will see you in the next video.